What are you doing? Prepping for Monday's game one. How? Why don't you tell the good people what exactly you're looking up? Oh, I'm looking up March of the Penguins. Oh, you know that's a documentary, right? About penguins from the South Pole? Okay, how about Happy Feet then? No, that's an animated movie. Oh boy. Yeah, why don't you go back to Pred's Facebook and let me do my preview of the Stanley Cup final? Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, did you hear about the one about Alexander Radulov, Jason Spezza, Ryan Suter, and Jimmy Vesey all walked into a bar? To watch the Nashville Predators play in the Stanley Cup final, right? Yeah! Yeah, that's pretty funny, I'll give you that. Yes, folks, you're not dreaming. The Nashville Predators are about to play for the Stanley Cup. It's been 18 seasons, and at times we weren't sure if we'd ever get here. Heck, even 10 years ago, Jim Balsillie tried to yank this team away from us. But, thanks in large part to local ownership, the team remained, and the franchise only got stronger off and on the ice. Let's take a brief moment and look back at this franchise's history that has led to this moment in time. You may not realize this, but the number 6 has had a great impact on this franchise. It was the 6th expansion team added to the league in the 1990s. To this moment in time, this team has had 6 captains, including a famous number 6. It took until this franchise's 6th season for it to finally make the playoffs, which it lost in 6 games. 6 seasons after that, it won its first playoff series in 6 games. And in another 6 seasons after that, which has led to this season, we just won our 6th playoff series to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals, and that series we won in 6 games. But back to this year's team. The Nashville Predators are 4 wins away from raising the Stanley Cup, but it's not going to come easy. The one team remaining in its way are the Pittsburgh Penguins. And much like we said against the Chicago Blackhawks in round 1, to be the best, you might as well beat the best. Their depth scoring that I first mentioned in my conference final preview video has continued to this point. Currently, 10 different players have accounted for 10 of the 12 game-winning goals to this point, including 11 goals from their blue line. The Preds' blue line is the one area, other than Pekka Rinne, of course, that is relatively healthy coming into the Stanley Cup final. They'll need their blue line to come up strong against a strong Pittsburgh offense to compensate for missing Kevin Fiala and Ryan Johansson. Fortunately for the Predators, Mike Fisher and Craig Smith hope to make their returns soon. For the Penguins, their only missing piece is Chris Letang. The Penguins have played 19 playoff games to this point, to the Preds 16, have played 4 overtime games, to the Preds 3. So even though the Penguins are in the Eastern Conference and have put on less air miles, the Preds would be best to take advantage early in this series, the extra man games that the Penguins have played. Other than on the blue line, like I mentioned, for the Preds, and on forward for the Penguins, these two teams should be relatively even in most aspects of the game. Yes, in that Fleury did win a cup with the Penguins in 2009, Murray won one last year for the Penguins, but after a seemingly shaky start against the Ducks, Rinne has returned to the form that we saw against the Blackhawks and the Blues that he had to close out the Ducks. So I won't really give the edge to either goalie in this series. Behind the bench, yeah, it's relatively even. Both coaches have won a cup, but give the slight edge to Laviolette, seeing as this is his 3rd team that he's taken to the Stanley Cup final. And just for a moment, can we give the man a round of applause for the elite short club that he's in, having taken 3 teams to a Stanley Cup final? The two teams have played each other twice this season, each winning in their own barn. The Preds won 5-1 on October 22nd at Bridgestone with 5 AHL call-ups after the food poisoning incident in Detroit the night before. And the Penguins won a close 4-2 win on January 31st in Pittsburgh. As for a prediction, as I did with Chicago and St. Louis and Anaheim, I'll do the same here and not give an official prediction. Just gonna go with what works and hope for the best. Much like the Predators should do if they hope to be successful in this Stanley Cup final. The Penguins just finished 2 back-to-back hard-fought 7-game series against the Capitals and the Senators. A lucky bounce here, a deflection there, it's very possible that the Preds could be facing somebody completely different. Utilize the blue line, continue to use Rennie as a third defenseman, and be patient, and the opportunities will come to score on this Penguins team and be successful. Lastly, for those who've been wondering and are keeping track at home, (10-0). I kid you not. Let's keep it rolling. So that's it for this video. Hit like if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you really like this video. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Canuck for Liberty. And hopefully next time I'll be talking to you will be